Welcome to the Kat Nelson Show. I'm the one and only Kat Nelson, MMA fighter out of Orlando, Florida. You can join me on my journey to becoming the baddest bantamweight fighter in the world by following me on social at KatNoy11. This episode is brought to you by Black Lab Organics, all natural and organic dog treats. Our goal at Black Lab Organics is to create CBD-infused dog treats with real ingredients, because we believe that dogs deserve better. Follow us on social at Black Lab Organics or visit our website, blacklaborganics.com. Use discount code CAT10 to get 10% off your next order. Crazy about fights? The Fight Bananas podcast is all fight news and everything fight related. Follow them on social at Fight Bananas Official. You can also tune in on YouTube, all podcast platforms, and iHeartRadio. I train about 5 to 6 days a week, and as a fighter, I understand the importance of recovery. Fusion CBD products always has my back. I use their CBD oil every morning in my coffee and their CBD balms after trainings and before bed. And just like that, I feel brand new, ready to take on the next day. Follow them on social at Fusion CBD Products or visit their site fusioncbdproducts.com. New Dimensions Wellness Studio is a premium health, wellness, and performance center that combines cutting-edge technology with ancient wisdom. Every visit I make to New Dimensions, I leave feeling like a brand new woman. Whether you're an athlete that wants to excel in performance, undergoing rehab from an injury, or just want to take care of yourself, they will guide you to all your needs. Follow them on social at nd_wellness or visit their site mynewdimension.com. Just Blaze Clothing is South Florida's #1 source of clothing for the cannabis community. They sell all types of apparel, accessories, and rolling trays, perfect for any stoner dude or stoner babe. Check them out on social at Just Blaze Clothing or on their website justblazeclothing.com. Use discount code CAT10 to get 10% off your next order. The law offices of Daniel Martinez has got your back. Daniel Martinez is a criminal defense attorney who fights in court and in the cage. Shut up and lawyer up with the law offices of Daniel Martinez. Follow them on social at martinez.law.321 or their website martinez.law. Never stop, never quit. Support local fighters with Team Reaper. Team Reaper creates personal fight apparel just so fighters can make profit. I have my own fight apparel you can purchase on the website reaper1.co. You can also follow them on social at Team Reaper1. By purchasing my shirt, you will not only be supporting me, you will also be supporting this podcast, other fighters, and Rue Camp Champs, a youth crime prevention organization in my hometown, Orlando, Florida. Rue Camp Champs' mission is to get youth off of the streets and teach them martial arts. You can also donate to Rue Camp Champs at kidsmma.org.
And the hemoglobin.
Oh, big shot, spinning back fist by right hand. And
that's all.
She
wow.
wrote. That's a wrap, son. Cat.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Kat Nelson Show. I am joined by UFC flyweight, marijuana enthusiast, and savage, Gillian Robertson. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just finished training. I think we're like a week out now, so we're getting down to it, it's getting ready.
Right. Yeah, and I really appreciate you coming on because obviously you're busy. It's about to be fight week, so thank you so much for your time. And I just want to mention before we start, I think you're fighting for the best cause ever, giving Rob a nice backyard.
Oh, he deserves it. He's the best boy around. That's my 12-year-old pitbull. He's my best friend.
For sure, yeah. I'm a huge dog lover. I have my own dog, so I know exactly what you mean. So, you were supposed to fight Andrea Lee December 12th. Unfortunately, that didn't go through, and now you're fighting December 19th. I don't know how to say pronounce her first name. Taila Santos. Taila Santos. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Andrea Lee, I didn't do much research on your opponents, but I went through their Instagrams, and Andrea Lee seems like she has the advantage in the striking match. And Taila Santos, I saw some of her pictures and videos, and she has a lot of finishes with submissions. So does that change your whole game plan, or did you just have to make some minor adjustments?
I honestly feel like Tyla's a better matchup for me than well, I get not necessarily a better matchup. They're both good matchups for me, but I guess an easier matchup than Andrea. Andrea's faced a lot of bench and she's been around for a while, so I see her as like more competition than Tyla. But me and Tyler are both looking for fights. Both of our fights fell out, so I'm happy that it happened. And yeah, I think this is a better matchup for me. I think it's an easier fight.
Very nice. Yeah, that's cool then. And I know you're always looking for the finish. I know you always want to utilize your grappling, and your thing is the rear naked choke. So is that what, I mean, you're obviously planning to do that. Is that how you're predicting to finish Taylor Santos?
Yeah, that's my go-to move. That's my favorite submission. Any girl's gonna give it up to me. They're either gonna sit on the bottom and get punched in the face, or they're gonna try to stand up and get their throat taken. You know, like
Right.
no matter what, I'm always hunting for the finish. You know, I don't get paid by the hour, so I'm trying to get in and out of there as quick as possible.
Right, yeah, and I love that because I'm an amateur in the beginning of my career, and you don't see that in the amateurs. Like when I go into a fight, I want to be calculated and smart, but I want to try to finish the fight as soon as possible, and you just don't see that a lot in amateurs. So that's cool. And I know for like the flyweight division that you're one of like the smaller 125ers. But you don't feel like a 125er, and that was proven with Courtney Casey. She mentioned that you were really heavy and that you were like a fucking blanket. How did that make you feel?
Obviously, like especially like I heard her call me a blanket mid-fight. So hearing that was like that's in between the second and third round. That gives you that little extra boost. Like, oh yeah, like she's mentally broken. She doesn't want to be with me. She doesn't want to be on the ground with me. And I don't think size necessarily matters. Like you said, it's what you do with it. Because there's guys at my gym who are like 200 pounds who I can manhandle. And so it's like if a girl has 10 or 15 pounds on me, it's not going to make that much of a difference if I'm better than her.
Right, and it's that grappling pressure, and people don't really understand it until they feel it, and it's very different from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that really showed with your last fight. I know you were unsatisfied with the finish, but you did dominate over Poliana, and yeah, you utilized your grappling perfectly.
Yeah, I was happy that I was able to get off a little bit more ground and pound than I ever have in my fights before, because like I'm too much of a jiu-jitsu girl in a lot of my fights, and I'm not happy with that. I want to be a mixed martial artist. I want to be able to do damage and then still get my submissions, still get the finishes. So we're working towards a little bit of a mixture of that, and hopefully we'll be able to display that next week.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you still have so much time though. Like you're really young and you're getting better every day. You have a great team behind you too. So, so my podcast, part of it is to promote more like woman empowerment. And that's why I have a lot of women come on here, and especially MMA fighters. And I feel like women's MMA has skyrocketed over the past few years. So you're part of this history in a male dominant sport, and especially now, the UFC has a lot of eyes on them. They have fights every weekend with the whole pandemic, and there are more cards with like stacked female fights, which is super exciting. So how does that make you feel being a woman in this sport, and how have you seen the sport evolve with women?
The last few years, when I started was when I started as an amateur, I think it was like the year that Ronda Rousey just got into the UFC. So it's like to see that women just got into the UFC just a couple of years ago, and now they've done so much. Now they're headlining events, main events, and they're really bringing in a lot of the attention. A lot of the I feel like a lot of guys like to watch the girl fights more because they're more exciting. There's just more action generally. I feel like girls go at it a little bit more. So I think we've proven that we can hang in this league.
Yeah, they're the female fights are, I don't know why, but they're so much better. We're just so much more feistier. But so yeah, exactly. Ronda Rousey, like when she came in, it just blew up, and I can't wait to see where it keeps heading and the evolution of it.
Oh yeah, especially like you see girls nowadays who are like 3-4 years old and already killers,
Right.
like they were born onto the mats, where I feel like you would never see that before because there wasn't really a place for women to go with MMA before Ronda. And now that there's careers in this, there's goals and things that people they can look up to. And yeah, it's really now you see the girls starting so young and they're getting so good at such a young age. It's going to be amazing to see in like 10 years where the sport's at for women.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of like youth MMA going on now, and a lot more like women's only classes, which is really cool because there are more women into the sport now. So, okay, our favorite thing, cannabis. I was hoping to smoke with you virtually, but I know you're on your way home, so you don't have anything on you. But why did you start using cannabis? Was it just out of nowhere you wanted to try it and you liked it, or was there a certain circumstance that happened to you? Did someone recommend it?
I feel like it's very culturally like just part of jujitsu.
Okay.
I guess like I saw my coach at the time. He would use it, and then like other people around the gym, and I just like because there was always such a bad stigma around it for me, just because of like the way I grew up, the way I learned about it growing up, and I feel like I get it with jujitsu though. Why so many people in jujitsu use it? It helps you relax. It helps you get creative. You're not necessarily sitting there trying to muscle somebody for a technique anymore. You're trying to think of ways around it to make it easy. So yeah, I definitely I feel like it opens up your mind in jujitsu a lot, and I feel like I owe part of my progress to marijuana, just being able to relax in the gym.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why, like, that's another reason why I have this show. I want to bring awareness to cannabis, especially the benefits, and especially towards athletes. So it's obviously affected your life and your MMA career. Have you witnessed it affect anyone else in your life?
I guess just in general with the MMA evolved, like just it, like I said, I feel like it's a part of jujitsu. It's really almost everybody in BJJ community uses marijuana, or is I feel like it's a part of the lifestyle of jujitsu. So that's the biggest, I guess, effect that I've seen. But I don't know anyone personally that needs it medically, but I know that there's 100 ways it can be used.
Right. Yeah. So there's the stigma. I feel like it's going to take a while to actually like eliminate. And I feel like we won't be able to change people's minds. It's just not possible to have them have like a positive outlook on cannabis. But mixed martial artists, definitely, like everyone that I've talked to so far uses it just like a medicine. Like if they're hurting, they smoke a joint and they feel better. Take a hot shower, eat, play with Rob, and you feel all better. But yeah, so for the fans, for the viewers, there's just a few questions left before we go. I asked on Instagram, like, to ask you some questions. Fight Bananas wants to know what your favorite podcast is.
I think that's an obvious answer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no wrong answer there. He's gonna be watching this, so.
Fight Bananas has had me on their first podcast, their 100th podcast, 200 podcasts. So yeah, I've always loved the support that I've gotten from them.
Right. Yeah, no, and so my show is under Fight Bananas with Dave, and he asked me like who, before I started, this is only the 11th episode, so he asked me who's someone I'd really like to have on the podcast and talk to and smoke with, and I was like, Gillian Robertson for sure, Savage. So yeah, so now you're here, and I hope to have you again. Aaron the dog guy asked, what are your favorite documentaries?
I like I think a lot of murder documentaries or a lot of like poorly done documentaries that are supposed to be good. Those are usually my favorite.
Right. So the next question is from David Van Alken, and he's asked, what is your favorite bad documentary to watch?
Probably Spellbound. It's about spelling bees. It's a terrible documentary, but it's so poorly done that it's great.
Cool. All right. I'll have to take a look at that. Is it on Netflix?
I'm not sure. I think it's on YouTube, maybe even.
Okay. So it's really bad.
Yeah, it's not Netflix worthy, definitely.
Okay. Pascal_Kindle asks, is there a country you've always wanted to visit?
Yeah, both my parents, well, really my whole family, all my grandparents, both my parents, everybody except for me and my brother has been born in Scotland, and I've never had the chance to go there. So I've always wanted to go to Scotland. So next UFC card that's there, I'm hoping they put me on it.
Yeah, you gotta tell Dana White to hook you up.
Maybe get a matchup against Joanne Calderwood in the future, and we'll be able to get it over there.
For sure. So yeah, that's it for the fans. Do you want to shout anybody out? Do you have like a business that you want to promote or anything, or just
shout out to my coach Ian Thomas and my main training partner Jose Shorty Torres, who helped me all through my camp. And yeah, just follow me at Savage_UFC on Twitter and Instagram, and watch me get my hand raised next weekend.
Heck yeah. I wish you the best of luck. I know you're gonna dominate this chick. And one more thing, for Rob the dog, because I know he's like your best friend, and you even have an Instagram page for him and everything. I actually have a all-natural dog treat business. It's called Black Lab Organics. So if you want, you can go ahead and send me after this, like an address to send a package to, and I'll send you guys some treats.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much. He would love that.
Yeah, no problem. So thank you again for your time. Like I said, good luck next week. I'll be watching, and yeah, thanks guys for watching. That's Gillian Robertson. Holy shit.